Hello, Justin. How you doing?
Hey Michael, how's it going?
It's going all right. You sound kind of tired.
Yeah, I've I've had a crazy day today and yesterday.
Oh, everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just busy with a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
I'm I'm, I'm actually gonna have to sort of multitask here, but I still want to participate and just be back and forth between this and my my regular work.
So you're gonna be, you're still working right now? Are you working on like a big project or something?
Yeah, but I mean, I can do it all from home from remote, so it's okay. But yeah, just there's just a lot of stuff to do, a lot of work to get done.
Man, I'm sorry.
Uh, what can you do? Gotta make a living.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Leonard, welcome. Yeah, let me grab the script. Well, hey. Weekly script. Let me go ahead and copy that off. Landon, it has been a minute. How are you?
It's been a while. Oh,
Yeah, it's
there
been a
we go.
couple minutes.
It's been a couple of minutes. How are we doing today,
Mhm.
guys?
I'm doing
So far,
good,
so
doing
good.
good.
Doing good, thank you. Well, let's pull this up. No, well, I'm back. Wanted to do a workout with you guys. If I'm still invited, I don't know if my membership expired.
No, it's been revoked. You can no longer work out
Oh
with
no!
us. This is no longer a free workout to anybody to join. So, unfortunately, you're going to have to find somewhere else to go.
Someone had to figure out where the line was, and I
Oh,
have
did I
found it.
accidentally copy the Google Docs portion of the link? Dumb of me. There. Bam.
Let's try that one.
Well, still, it's good to have you back. You
Good to be back,
somebody
guys.
somebody mentioned who joined recently who mentioned that they were referred here by you. Let me see.
Probably was Mandy, wasn't it?
Yes, that was it. Yes.
Yeah. That's what one of several reasons why I kind of not what am I talking about? Molly. Sorry, I was talking to
Molly,
Mandy
yes.
earlier today.
Hmm.
Molly is who we're talking
But
about. Yes.
we'll go yes, yes anyway.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. No, Molly.
I was going like, I don't remember Amanda here recently, but maybe.
um yeah, so she
Uh-oh, I think we lost you.
She.
she's the sister of a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I just have had some recent changes. And my Monday nights are open again, and
Okay then.
decided I want to
Yes.
stop by. So
All right. Well, you're always welcome to spend your Monday nights with us.
sweet. Is it just the three of it? Oh no, I see five here.
Yeah, but
Well, one of them
the
doesn't
the
count.
mic check
Oh,
VO workout isn't necessarily a
that's
an
right.
actual attendee.
Right.
The
That's right. That's right.
There'll
So
probably be
just the four
more
of us right now?
trickling in.
Yeah, there'll be more
Well, right
trickling
now.
in. We'll wait just a little bit longer, and then we'll just go ahead and start up, I guess. Because I mean,
Sweet.
what else are we gonna do, right? So, do I have a volunteer for somebody to go first when we do start?
I I'll volunteer to go
All
if it
right,
gets the ball rolling.
it
Jump
will
back
get the
into
ball
it.
rolling. So, just hang out for a little bit, maybe about 5 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get this thing a rolling.
Cool.
In the meantime, I need to grab something to drink. I will be right back.
Sweet.
In the meantime, go to YouTube and play that Pressure and Time song.
Here, let's try this. Where'd my chat go? Do, 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 do.
Yeah, this is one of those scripts that I would never audition for because I can hear in my head exactly what they're looking for, and there are other people who would do it way better than me.
Honestly, Leonard, that was exactly my thought too. Also, I don't have my normal webcam, so yeah, you guys are
We
gonna
don't
see me
care.
looking this way. I am not gonna be because normally I have a webcam up on my second monitor here, but I left that at home when I went back for winter break. So I have to use the webcam on my laptop, and I just think it's funny. So I'm like, you spend all this time like, yeah, look at the camera, look at the camera, look at the camera. No.
Though in honesty,
That's okay. As
whenever
long as you're here.
whenever somebody else is reading, I don't even look at them. I'm keeping my eyes on the script and
Yeah.
not even watching what they're doing on camera.
That's valid.
Yeah, sometimes the camera helps out, particularly if you want to see, like, if you feel that there's an issue with body language while you're communicating. But for the most part, yeah, you can do it with your eyes closed. In fact, I would say that to some extent, that's usually better to do it, without actually seeing the person, because again, the whole goal of voiceover is to try to convince your listener that you are actively within the scene, and
Yeah.
you're trying to pull your listener in with you. So if you can do that without being looked at, all the better.
Yeah.
Mm. Out there in the real world, they're not going to have visuals, so why should I?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay. So Landon will go ahead and start us off. Let me take care of something right quick, and then we'll get this moving.
Okay. And my internet is. Let's see if this helps. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, your camera's kind of freezing here and there, but we
Is my
mostly hear you.
audio okay though?
Mostly.
Okay, mostly. Well,
All right.
I wouldn't rule out the
Unfortunately,
possibility that you have some take that just gets eaten by the internet, and we just ask you to do it again. But
Yeah. Okay.
That is an
Well,
unfortunate
I'm
reality.
cleaning out. Here, I'm going to clean out some of the other stuff my computer's doing at the moment and see
Fingers
whether that
crossed.
helps me at all.
Everything crossed. Two sets of
Certainly,
fingers
certainly.
crossed over each other, arms crossed.
Crossing my
all-
toes right now if it helps.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, for
All
those
right,
of you
this is
into that, I
about
guess.
That's right. All right, this is about where it's gonna be best. So, ready when you guys are.
he'll do his intro thing when he does his intro thing.
Got it.
Yeah, I know, right? It always depends on that. We're good. Let's do it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Again, we have the. There's been a lot of work on getting the YouTube section and the streaming looking really, really good. So we're.
I did like that panicked emu thumbnail.
Wait, the panicked
But
what?
you'll have to figure out something else for different weeks.
Yeah, the panicked emu. Anyway, hello and welcome everyone to this week's mic check. So I'm glad that we had a bunch of people really enjoying the character scripts that we've been doing, but alas, we do need to make sure that we touch all kinds of genres. So we're going to cars today, specifically Chevy. Of course, if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail. Anyway, starting off our cold reads is going to be Landon, somebody who hasn't been here for a little while. We're super excited to have him back, and he's going to be kicking off the reads. So Landon, whenever you're ready, go for it.
Let's do it. Lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
All right, who's going after you?
Will, take us away.
Okay then. There it is. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. You know what? Leonard.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. Justin.
That was fast. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. Brett.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
And last but not least, Michael.
I'm not last anymore, though.
Oh, well, now. Barely.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. And Mateo, are you going to be reading? Okay, so Mateo's just going to be watching today. Okay, so if anybody else joins in, we'll go ahead and throw them into the mix blindly and see how they fare. So let's go ahead and talk about this script. VoiceOver or voice under, how is this going to be used?
I'd say voice under.
Okay. Any supporting evidence for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, which is?
It's supporting evidence. That's why. I'm kidding.
It's the evidence that supports the claim, of course.
Yes, of course.
Well, they're pretty obvious about there being visuals here to this.
Yeah.
And well, the music clip too doesn't exactly lend itself to a voice-over approach.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Mateo with his classic snarkiness is both. Okay, sure.
Not
yes,
this time.
because this is going to be a voiceover. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Yeah, right up front.
I mean, if it's at like an if it's at like an auction, maybe.
You see, the thing
An
is, though,
outdoors auction.
is that the only way that this would make sense as like a voiceover is if you were playing a character who was reading these lines, you know, so like you
Maybe the
are
character is you.
right.
I mean,
Hey,
Great.
Donald LaFontaine.
Great.
His ad where he was on screen.
Are we going to be fighting this now? It's like, of course, no. Maybe the character is you. Maybe you are the character.
Yes. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Oh, but yeah, this is clearly a voice under. This is going to be used for a truck commercial. If you're familiar with Chevy Silverado, this is a as it says by the directions, it's supposed to have a cool but rugged feel because this is going to be targeted mostly at people who are like really outdoorsy, people who are really focused on like getting outside and really enjoying the Mother Nature and all of the craziness that entails. So you're going to be talking to those kinds of people. Now, try not to fall into the trap of making this like drop into a really low register. You don't need to drop into a low register in order to come off as rugged. Let's talk about that though. When you think of rugged, what are some descriptions of that you think of? What are some specific ways to describe rugged that come to mind?
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. What about him though? What about him makes him rugged?
The cowboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a natural confidence, I think, that the idea of rugged inspires.
There we go. That's something that we could all use. Natural confidence. Some like, you stand up straight. You're really up front. Anything else? What are some other things that come to mind when you think of the descriptive term rugged?
Whiskey and cigarettes.
Whiskey and cigarettes. That's breakfast for you.
I was about to say, we're not here talking about my diet, Leonard. We're talking about the script.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I had breakfast last December, and it was literally Pop-Tarts. It must have been exams week.
That was the last time you had breakfast, last December.
Yes. I mean, duh.
Modern life, I guess, right?
No, college life.
Well, okay.
As that normal as it comes.
So we got naturally confident, we got whiskey and cigarettes, whatever that means to you specifically. What else? What are some things that what about the frame of mind of somebody who's rugged? Like, I want to get more into that.
Yeah.
Very experienced, has been through a lot. And
Experienced, okay.
he's not afraid to say what he needs to say. So I'm picturing someone that talks very deliberately, maybe
Deliberate. That's a good one. So we got confident, we got deliberate. Like those are some. I mean, I just mean those as like solid keywords that we could use.
I think when I think of a character of not a character of a voice like that, I kind of picture it as someone like some kind of like experienced hiker, like someone like hiking the Alps,
Okay.
like someone like they're not a rookie to this. They've done this for a while. I'm I'm trying to describe it without saying, yeah, it's that voice you always hear in car commercials, that low, deep voice, that low voice that you
Yeah,
hear in
you
car
got to
commercials.
have something more specific for me than that.
Because that's too specific. That's everyone knows what that sounds like.
Well, the thing is it's too. I don't necessarily think it's too specific. I think that's a bit too narrow because, yes, somebody who's like when you think of like the stereotypical rugged truck voice, it always goes down to that lower register. Is really grumbly. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? That kind of a feel. But we're not necessarily trying to go for that. The thing that I'm looking for is things that anybody can use regardless of their natural timbre. I want to know where your mind is at. That's why I really think the keywords of confident, of deliberate, experienced. That's still a little gray, but it has that sort of like mix of confident and experienced feel to it. That's kind of what I'm looking for there. I'm looking for those kinds of descriptive terms, something that somewhere you can place your thoughts, your mind when you approach this.
The character that's coming to my mind, I don't know who has seen or remembers the movie, but Jack Palance in City Slickers. Nobody. That's okay.
You lost me.
Cannot say that character rings a bell.
You hear the crickets going off.
Yeah, I'm not
can't
entirely
do
surprised because that movie was quite a while back.
I mean, I remember watching it. I just don't remember the people in it. I don't remember much about it. It's been forever.
If we're going for keywords and like mentalities, would the word like unashamed or unabashed come to mind? Like he's gonna say what he's gonna say. He's gonna think into consideration what someone else is gonna think about that.
Absolutely. I think unabashed is a great term for it. Genuinely.
Yeah.
So we've got confident, experienced, unabashed.
How about existing character archetypes?
Yeah.
Like an experienced loner type, like I don't know, like Solid Snake from the Metal Gear games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm seeing Pee Wee Herman.
Leonard, you always see Pee Wee Herman.
I'm convinced now that Leonard's like spirit animal is just Pee Wee Herman.
Next thing you're going to say that the actual track that needs to be played with is Yakety Sax.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't get me started on that.
Use the Benny Hill theme.
Yeah, the Benny Hill
Sax
theme
is dangerous.
Oh man, he used to have a lot of fun with
But
that
no,
song.
like Leonard just whips out his wand. Expecto Patrona. It's Pee Wee Herman. Forget Harry Potter stag. We've got Pee Wee Herman.
Jeebus. All right. So, yeah, let's then. Yeah, I think that's also good. Justin is channeling some good character archetypes. So now that we've kind of come up with an idea of what rugged means, what are some characters that you know of that you've experienced in various different kinds of media, whether it's movies, shows, games, whatever, that typify that self-confident, deliberate, and experienced feel?
Well, two that come to mind are like going back to Harry Potter, Hagrid and Mad-Eye Moody.
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, Hagrid has he has that really deep, gruff voice, and Moody doesn't have that to as much of an extent. But he has the experience. He has the experience. So I think if you just put them together, perfect.
Okay.
I don't know why I snapped my fingers there, but I did.
Whatever works, man. Justin says Jack Bauer from 24. Yeah. I think of Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any character that John Wayne ever played.
Genghis Khan.
There you
well,
go.
well.
There you go.
Okay.
So
So
yeah, you guys seriously got to look up a clip of Jack Palance in the City Slickers,
okay.
because that is just the perfect one.
Well, hey, whatever works for you. That's another that's a character archetype that you can easily draw on. So I think we've got a good idea of exactly where we want to place our focus, our mindset with this particular script. Again, do not worry so much. Do not be super caught up about the specific sound of your voice. Whatever your natural timbre may be, wherever that may fall, that doesn't matter. I want to know where your mind is at. And that's going to be the most important thing, at least in my opinion, to where we really should be with this particular delivery. Excuse me. Now, one of the things that that we did, or that happened here. Stop, think, breathe, then speak. Let's talk about the actual script itself. So does anybody have any like questions or concerns about specifically how to deliver anything in the script, or anything in particular when it comes to the actual script itself?
Yeah. About the last line, you mentioned traps earlier. Is the last line also a trap? Because I feel like the natural tendency to put a pause on between adventure and is, or is and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could feel that too.
Yeah, I think that would be a trap falling into that, because adventure is everywhere is a little hammy.
Right.
Again, we're not going for hammy, because hammy is announcery. Announcery is disconnected from the script. It's disconnected from what you're actually trying to say. So adventure is everywhere is, as you can tell by the title of the script itself, is the campaign. It's the name of the
Right.
actual like commercial. So it's part of this campaign. Adventure is everywhere. So I definitely encourage you to deliver that line carefully, a little slower than you might normally do it, but definitely carefully. But don't ham it up. Adventure is everywhere. You know, that's definitely not the goal there. Another thing is I think everybody had some. Oh, go ahead.
Something I
If
noticed
that's
about
their
this.
tagline, yeah, if that's their tagline, you probably want to think of it as one entity.
Right.
All right, Will.
Something that I noticed with the second line, where will they take you? Like, do you think there should be more of like an open-ended question, or just like a statement? Like if it's an open-ended, I'm actually like, where will they take you? But if it's like a statement, I hear more, where will they take you? It's a small difference, but I nitpick.
So I think the answer to that is in the overall goal of this particular script. Again, if you look at the title of it, Adventure is Everywhere, asking where will they take you, emphasizing a little bit more of you, makes a lot of sense here for this particular script. Because as it says, the text will be interspersed with people suiting up for all kinds of outdoor activities. So where will you use the truck? You know, where will you go with it? So I think asking specifically, where will they take you, works. Like making it a legit question. You know, where are you going to take the truck?
I would see that as, I mean, it's phrased as a question. They have a question mark and all, but I would see delivering that as if it's just a statement.
Okay.
I could see that.
I think it would work either way. It just depends on how you deliver the rest of it.
Right.
I think that's that would be the big holdup, I would say. So technically either way would work. It just depends on the direction you're going with your own performance. So, before we get into the reads, are there any more questions, comments, anything like that?
Done from me.
Okay. Then I'm assuming that everybody's going to have an absolutely perfect delivery on this one.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, that's a tired old joke. I make that comment every single time. Anyways, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Landon, whenever you're ready, go for it.
All right. Chevy Silverado lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up.
I don't know how to say it. It wasn't monotone. And I don't think this script lends itself much to changes in pitch, the way like a character script would. This is more just like statement, matter of factly, like it's an ad. It's an advertisement. So I mean, but aside from the obvious, you missed a word. Which, big whoop. You made it. You made it still sound real. You didn't like stumble over that and go back, which, as a musician, is something that is very important. At least in terms of making music. If you do something like that, you just keep going. Pardon the pun. You just keep trucking. But
Nice.
yeah. So I feel like that kind of applies here as well. Just because the audience doesn't have the script. So if you mess up, if you can make it sound good like you did, they're not gonna know. Well, most of the time.
They're still gonna make you go back and redo it.
They would definitely do
Yeah.
that for this one because factory lifted trucks has a legal connotation to it. I guarantee you that they have factory lifted trucks in there for a specific reason. Because if they just said lifted trucks, then they're implying that they're cool with third-party alterations to their vehicle, and that could put them into some real major gray areas legally.
Oh, I thought lifted meant that they just tied balloons to it and just let it fly. My life
Yes.
is a lie.
Chevy doesn't do that. Chevy doesn't do that. You have to get a different brand for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's Toyota. They've got toy in the name. You know, it's obvious their cars are toys.
So, Landon, who were you in this? Were you just delivering the script? Were you just reading it, or did you see yourself as a particular character? What was going on in your mind?
As attempting my very best to channel Liberty Valance as much as I could, just the cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, everybody saw my face, so they know how well I fitted that archetype. But I did my absolute darndest.
Okay. Let's see.
My one note, in addition to the leaving out the factory word, is on the adventure is everywhere. You kind of trailed off there on the end. The adventure is everywhere. So not that badly, but something like that.
Okay.
Landon, do you have a favorite outdoor activity?
Yes.
You can always say marching band.
Now, somewhere you normally have.
Sport.
I will not confirm or deny the truthfulness of that.
Hey!
But yes.
Okay. Does this particular outdoor activity require you to haul things or go out to specific locations?
Yes.
Okay. you need to channel that feeling.
Okay.
When you're on your way out, when you're driving to where it is that you go to do this, that excitement, that anticipation, we need to feel that.
Okay.
So you have a decent baseline going. Let's add in some of that character, some of that emotion. You are currently in the driver's seat of this truck,
Okay.
hauling with you what you need to go have an absolute blast for the weekend out wherever it is that you go for this.
Okay.
That's what I want to hear for this coming up one, whenever
Okay.
you're ready.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up. What did you all think?
I like this one a lot more. You sounded more. From what I've read, this isn't always a good thing in voiceover. It depends on what you're doing, but you sounded a lot more like you. You didn't sound like you were trying to do a specific voice. Like for example, like you didn't sound like you were trying to do. You didn't sound like me trying to do this voice. You just sounded
Right.
like you, and I feel like that. I feel like if I don't have the experience to back this up, but just in my mind's eye, your natural voice is your best voice, I think.
You are 100% correct.
Mm.
You are 1,000% correct, actually.
Right.
Fancy,
Right.
fancy funny voices like this are, they're good to have. But
I mean, they have their place. They genuinely do.
yes, they do.
But the other question is whether or not you can actually maintain that particular performance. And if you can't, you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't even put it forward. Landon, what you delivered to us here was a lot more human. It was a lot more connected. It was a lot more coming from a place of genuine humanity, for lack of a better term. Yeah, that is you channeling your particular brand. Whenever I say, a particular voice actor's brand, I just mean them connecting themselves to what it is that they're saying, what it is that they're doing. And putting yourself in that situation of going and doing whatever it is that you really enjoy doing, that's outdoorsy, helped out a lot.
Yeah.
How did you feel through it? Did you personally feel more connected? What did you feel about it?
Yeah. It made it much easier to feel excited about the product, which I think is something that we try to do a lot as voice actors. Is we want to try and be as invested in the thing that we're auditioning for that we can. And when you put me in a situation where, like, oh, I'm actively on my way to do something that I love to do, and this thing is going to help me do it, it it makes it easier to feel positive emotions about this thing. That I'm glad I seem to be getting feedback that comes forward in the read itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is no script that isn't a character script, but commercials require your character to be actively engaged in something that uses this particular thing. So yeah, for you had to channel that feeling of actually going to where it is that you're going with all of the equipment ready to do what it is that you love doing outdoors. For me, whenever I have the opportunity, I love going fishing. So I love that whole feel of like waking up early, gathering up all the stuff, dropping it into the car, heading out towards the lake, it being absolutely, like really nice and cold in the morning and placid and cool, and just starting up. That's like my favorite outdoor activity.
You heard
I
it
love
here
that.
first, guys. Michael likes doing the polar plunge.
I don't jump in the water. I don't go noodling. But yeah, so having that in mind is this is something that I'm always an advocate of, is making sure that you ask the questions of like what's something that I do in my life that really incorporates these themes. So I think that really helped out your read, to be completely fair. So why don't we just stop talking about it? You give us one more read, one more go. Again, same situation, and then I think it would be safe to move on.
All right.
Let me offer a little critique here first. I
Sure.
think you were really close with this read, but I was still hearing a little bit of you trying to get me excited about it. And I want to hear more of an attitude of, well, this is just how it is.
Gotcha. Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
So close. So close. It was a bit quick. If you could just slow down the pace, you'll be right on it.
Okay.
So take a
Want to
little
run
bit
it, or
more.
we want to move on?
One more.
You want
One
to
more.
run it again?
Yes, one more. Thankfully, they're short.
Okay.
So one more. Slow it down. Take your time with it. This is going to be a 30-second. This is a 30-second spot. You have time.
Right.
Michael,
So,
you're turning into
take
a band director. It's always one more time.
One more time.
Oh, well, of course. It has to be one more time. You have to keep going.
Let me try this. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. What did you all think of that?
I think that was definitely the best take yet.
Sweet.
Nobody else is going to offer opinions? I loved it. I thought it was great.
Thank you much.
All right. Then I guess we're good to move on. So, Will, you're up.
All right, here we go. I have enough room to stretch. Okay. There we go. Okay. Leonard, are you okay?
Don't worry about Leonard. Leonard's practicing. You focus on you.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up. What did everybody think?
You know, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So I'm going to steal Michael's note from me and say, you know, marching band is the single greatest outdoor activity. Let's just be real. It's objective. So if you think
Thank
about,
you. Finally, someone else.
so visualizing that or something else, that it felt like you were reading a script. I could hear the script behind you. And I think the remedy to that is often what Michael told me, which is visualize you on your way to do something, and this is going to help you do it. I think that's going to clear that up real nice.
Okay.
I would like to hear a take that feels ridiculously slow.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted.
And to give a scenario, you're around a campfire. You've just spent the day doing whatever it is that you do with this truck. And you're talking to the guy next to you and going like, well, what are you going to do?
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, I noticed that you were speeding up closer to the end of it.
Yeah.
So this is a good exercise. Keep control of your tone throughout the entire thing. Your performance should start before you even begin speaking and end long after you're done. You need to have that performance expand beyond just the space of the words. Anything else?
Make the whole thing an exercise in speaking as slowly as you can while still keeping the audience engaged.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2 Trail Boss. Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
As a just a general note, I think that exercise, what Leonard just showed you, that's something you should do every day. Because that just you trying to do it for the first time, I think was a big improvement. And for
Okay.
guys like you and me who we tend to talk really fast, it feels really unnatural to do that. But it's going to help you a lot. I think that that's a big skill that is going to help you, and I think you're going to see a lot of improvement doing that. So that's something you can practice a little bit every day.
Okay.
Specifically on that read, I liked it better. I liked it better than the first one you did.
Yeah, basically, Will, slow down.
Yeah.
Every single day, slow down. No, but
which isn't natural for some people. Like
Well,
for
no,
guys like Will and me, that's really an exercise.
the thing is it's actually one of the most common pitfalls that many voice actors fall into, is that they speak too quickly. They go through the script too fast. So it's not very uncommon. It's not as uncommon as you might think. So, but yes, that is a really, really good exercise. Now, again, you're in the truck with all of your your instrument. Maybe you have some other instruments for some of the other bandmates. Maybe you all pulled everything together. You picked them all up. This is your truck, so you've got all of their stuff. It's all nice and secure, and you're heading out to go and actually compete. So this is the morning of a competition. That's the feel. That's the mindset I want you in when you read this.
Okay.
And so where will they take you? To the field, obviously. You're going to join us for this. Like that's the subtext to it. So go for it.
All right. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take? Yeah. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2 Trail Boss and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
So you hit the pitfall because adventure is everywhere. No. You let us give you that direction, good sir.
Sorry.
Oh, no apologizing
That's
either.
Both, man, both of the major rules. Both of them.
What have I done?
Well, you've certainly pissed off Mateo. If you look at the chat, he's having nigh into having an aneurysm right now.
Here, let me join you.
So Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks started off really good. Where will they take you? Ask that as a question. Let's not do a statement because where will they take you?
Where will they take you?
Yeah, make it a genuine question. Where will they take you? So the other thing is when you hit the list, ZR2 Trail Boss and Custom Trail Boss, the first item of the list you immediately dropped as an idea. Silverado ZR2. That sounded like the end of an idea. Trail Boss and Custom Trail Boss. No. If you're going to have a list, Silverado ZR2 ended on a mid note, or Silverado ZR2 Leave it open so that the whole list makes some sense.
Okay.
Because adventure is everywhere. Adventure is everywhere needs to be bracketed. You need to hold that together. It's like a burger. Hold it together. Don't let the patty of adventure slip out the back, you know? Yeah, exactly. You take a bite
Well,
and all the toppings come out the other side.
I feel like in this case, the patty would be is because it's in the middle. So adventure and everywhere are the two buns.
Well, then a delicious burger has all the parts stuck together. Adventure is everywhere. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So whenever you're ready, from the top, give it to us one more time.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. What did you all think of that one?
You're getting better with every read. I liked that one
Yay.
of the 3 or 4 that you've done so far. That was the best one. The one thing I would focus on for that next one is now so because on to adventure is everywhere.
Yeah.
You
Because
took
adventure
the,
is everywhere.
yeah. And then smooth, because your adventure is everywhere was really smooth and it was very well paced. You just moved that space from before or after adventure to before adventure. Now just toss it out completely and keep that same pacing through because adventure is everywhere.
Because adventure is
I think,
everywhere.
but that would be for me.
No, I
I'm
100% agree.
hearing I'm hearing confidence, but it's verging into smugness for me, and I want to lose the smugness.
Okay, because
Okay, where specifically did you hear that? Like, what is causing that smugness to come out?
like I hear smugness. I
I
think
want
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, one place I'm hearing it is on the custom trail boss, and I'm hearing a tone of, well, isn't this one really special? And you don't need to say that anything is really special because it's all good, and that's just the way it is.
Okay. So you want me to do one more take or?
Yeah, one more.
I'd like to
Go
hear
for
one
it.
more.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
You're on thin ice, mister. Okay. Where was your mind on that
the
one?
first
What
line,
were you thinking? What's going on in your mind?
I think I was thinking too much. Is what happened there.
I think so too. This is the reason why I'm just stickler about the Dan rule. When you're up to perform, I want you thinking about just what you're doing, just you behind the microphone. Don't worry about the flubs, the mess ups, anything like that. Let that ride. I guess that's not for you to make the ultimate decision on. I want you focused on where you're going to be, where your mind is, where we've placed you in the scene. And it seems like, yeah, you were thinking way too much about specific directions versus what makes sense for me. So, for instance, you started off Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. You went up with that one. It's like a nice suggestion. Where will they take you? It sounded really reedy. It wasn't a delivery, it was a read. So Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. What is happening there? What's going on behind you? If you're trying to direct somebody's attention to what's happening on screen, when you say that, what do you think is on screen?
I think they're showing off the trucks.
There you go. Okay, so it's a shot of the trucks. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. There's your introduction. Where will they take you? So what do you think is going to happen on screen when you ask that question, or before you, or after you ask that question?
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2. Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Yeah.
Aside from that,
Well,
Yeah.
again, you all you need to do is when you feel you need to retake, just stop, go back, start again. Nobody's going to ask you to apologize, and if they do, stop working with that client.
yeah.
If they want you to apologize for every single mistake, you're with the wrong client. So, yeah, just let us do that work for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, this was your strongest read so far.
Okay. All right. Anyone want to go next, or do you want me to do another take?
I don't know. Let's see. Leonard, are you happy with that? I'm indicating up over there because for me, Leonard is in that direction.
I think we've reached a point where further torment is not going to help a whole lot today.
Okay, we've reached
It's pretty
overload.
We're clocked. I'm clocking out, fellas.
No, but so you did this. You slowed it down, and you did apply more of yourself to this read, which I felt really improved it. Yes, we could really drill down on major specifics, but I agree with Leonard. I think it would probably be a little overkill at this point. So I think we're good to go ahead and move on. And speaking of Leonard, you're up.
Okay, then. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2.
Did like widened your eyes. It was like got a chuckle.
I liked your because adventure is everywhere. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and it still worked, which would pique my interest as a director. I heard something that and now it's gone. I can't tell you what you did because I would hope you'd have recorded it so I could go back and listen to it. But I remember I really liked your tagline.
Don't worry, it'll be up on YouTube.
Sweet. I'm gonna go back and listen to it. That's my homework.
It's up there right now.
Yeah, it's happening right now. If you go there quick enough, you might be able to catch it.
I'm watching it right now. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
I'm glad you
Any
liked
other-
it because I don't even remember what I did.
Well, so the thing is you kept because adventure is everywhere altogether. It was a single statement that didn't die off. You didn't lose your emotional space when going through it. Just as a question though, where were you mentally? Where was your mind? What were you thinking of while you were reading this?
Well, I was doing the I'm around the campfire scene
Okay.
after a day of doing whatever. And in my head, honestly, I didn't have a specific thing that I was doing with the truck. I'm not a terribly outdoorsy person.
Okay. Even though you got a lot of great places up there in Oregon.
Washington now.
Oh, Washington. Excuse me. Hey, I spent 2 years up there. It's beautiful. Come on.
Uh-huh.
But I think so. You put yourself in the situation, but one thing that, and I was trying to figure out what it is, and I noticed that because there isn't a specific action, it didn't have that je ne sais quoi of passion to it. That little extra sprinkling of this is super important to me. So I know you're not necessarily a too terribly outdoorsy person, but is there an outdoor activity that you do remember fondly, that you do remember having a really great time with, whether that be camping, even if it's just in like a controlled area, not like a super long hike or anything like that, or hiking, maybe it was just a local place, just something outdoorsy that you really enjoyed.
Maybe I'll go get in my truck and drive a couple of hours to a chess tournament.
Sure, why not? An outdoor chess tournament, hiking and chess. Hey, they have chess boxing now, so I mean,
yes, they do.
But here's the
You can't
thing.
see me, but I'm head banging with how hard I'm nodding. I'm like, yes,
Here's the thing.
that's it.
I once went to a scout camp. They had life-size chess, like human-sized chess pieces on a
Oh, yeah.
chessboard that you can move around.
Well, hey, and yes,
So
Justin,
it exists.
yes,
It's
Justin,
real.
chess boxing is a thing. It's a round of boxing followed by a round of chess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Really?
it's boxing. but
I'm not
instead
even
of throwing
kidding you.
punches-
It's an actual thing.
That sounds so made up.
It's boxing, but instead of throwing punches, you throw chess pieces at each other. Some would say it's more dangerous because if it hits your eye. Yeah.
Oh my
Have
god.
fun.
yeah, you can look it up. You can actually find it. This is just legitimate chess
Yeah, they
boxing.
got YouTube videos of it.
It's really a thing. But hey, again, whatever works, whatever, I just want you to have in mind something that makes you passionate, something that can add that little sprinkle of this is something I love doing to what it is that you're saying. So
Okay.
think of something, whatever that is, sit it outdoors, go for it.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up.
Oh, I definitely like the calm demeanor of that read. The calm, confident demeanor of that read.
Thank you.
Yeah, I could say the same.
I would like to hear where will they take you as more of a question than a statement.
Okay. Anything else?
Now go ahead and give it to us one more time.
Okay.
More of a question.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
That's it. We got it. That's the read.
Cut, print, moving on.
That is
Ladies
the
and
read.
gents, we got him.
Thank you.
You see, even though look, maybe because you mentioned it before, maybe you wouldn't necessarily go specifically and audition for this kind of a job, but you did manage it very well. You managed that delivery very, very well. And I think you could have a shot at something like this. I wouldn't necessarily discount it because, again, once you put yourself in the right situation, once you put yourself in the right frame of mind, you can deliver more scripts than you might think. Thumbs up. Good job.
Thank you.
Yes.
Moving right along, Justin, you're up.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado CR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up. What did y'all think?
So I personally got less rugged on that, more luxury.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Anyone else?
I heard Silverado CR2. I heard C as in Charlie. So I don't know whether that's just the internet ate it or not, but just make sure that you're hitting ZR2.
Yeah, I heard C there too.
You could
Oh.
always UK it in ZR2.
Yeah, you could. You could.
That's the chaotic good answer.
Yeah, I did not hear anything outdoorsy about that one.
Hmm. Okay.
Also, pronounce it like it's an SH, Chevy, instead of Chevy.
What?
Not the
Chevy?
problematic comedian.
Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy.
Chevy.
Yeah, so it's like an SH instead of a CH. So Chevy. Chevy Silverado.
Okay. Chevy ZR2.
ZR2.
Uh,
You can do ABC takes on those if you feel you need to, but go ahead and give it to us one more time.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. Opening it up.
You took both of the
Slow
notes?
down.
Yeah. You took both the notes, which is great. I think you really hit those, but slow it down. Two places in particular is put a bit more of a space between trucks and where, because you're running those two sentences together and it's causing you to speed up on where will it take you. Put a little bit of space between those two sentences, and I think that's going to clear it up.
Okay.
I think your mindset, your general tone of this delivery, though, was really, really good. You were really, really right
Agreed.
on it. But yeah, I agree. Slow it down, and you'll absolutely have it.
On this one, it changed from the luxury for me, to like Jason Statham, to like a luxury
all right.
and rugged, which I was like, ooh, I like this actually.
Mhm.
This was nice. This is like brand new car smell rugged. So I did
Okay.
like that.
No, it was a good take. Truly,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with Brett, who's
Yeah.
right over here, right next to me.
Well, you're that way to me.
Oh, okay. Well, we're both
That's
like
Well, you're both pointing the wrong way from my view. You're both pointing the opposite.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's over here. Yeah, Brett's right. But yeah,
The Brady Bunch. The Mikey Brunch.
oh,
The
no,
Mikey Brunch.
Mike. Brunch now, huh? Well,
Bunch, yeah, brunch.
And that's my
whatever.
breakfast. Wait,
You
no,
know,
I
it's
had
on my
breakfast
mind.
in December.
Mimosas and Bloody Mary.
The internet
I
is
was
going
about
to
to say
take a
that's my
hold of
breakfast,
that,
but then I
Michael.
remembered, wait, no, I don't have breakfast anymore. That's just lunch. I haven't had breakfast since December.
breakfast is
Yeah,
lunch
okay.
now. Yeah, no, I mean, as a
Well, here's the thing: if you get to the dining hall late enough, they let you put cheese on the eggs because they don't have the salad bar open in the morning. But if you get there late enough, they have the salad bar open, but they still
all
have
right,
eggs.
that's we're getting way off topic now. Let's bring this back to VO
That's my
real quick.
thing.
But yeah, so Justin, this time around, whatever you were doing, wherever your mindset was, go back to that, slow it down a little bit more, and I think it'll be right there whenever you're ready.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. because adventure is everywhere.
I'm cool with that. I thought that was fantastic. What did you all
I
think?
dig it. I dig it.
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
definitely dig it. It has been dug.
Yeah, Justin, with your particular tone of voice, going into that mindset, much like the way that it's over this way. Much like the way that Brett described it, it was that luxury rugged. It was really really nice. Like again, I can't overstate how surprised I am at how your instincts have changed and evolved as you've joined us on the mic check. You certainly are hitting these much quicker than you have in the past, and I mean, again, some of them you've just nailed right off the bat in recent memory. So this one was you were really close at the very beginning, and just those minor little tweaks really it just knocked it hit home run for me at least, and I think everybody here is pretty happy with that too.
Great, thank you. Seems
All
to be
right.
a recurring issue, going too fast.
It's you know what, it happens to everybody. But let's go ahead and move it right along then, shall we? Brett, you're up.
Whoa, dude, you brought all that up here? Yeah, man. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up. What did you all think?
I liked the lead in. I wish I had thought to do that.
I heard friendly neighbor with nothing particularly rugged about him.
Yeah, I think the pre-life was really good. I think that you were. It sounded to me like you were trying to go away from the monotone, and you swung a little too far on that pendulum. So yes, I don't know how else to phrase it besides how Leonard said it, which was a bit more, add in more of the rugged now and see where that takes us.
So, Brett, do you have a favorite outdoor activity?
Well, for this one, I was picturing snowboarding. I mean, it's not my
Snowboarding?
favorite
Okay.
outdoor activity, but I've done it once,
Okay.
and
It works.
that's kind of what I was kind of channeling.
Okay. Did you particularly enjoy yourself when you were doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good place to be at. Let's make let's start off. I think what might have thrown it off was the way you began it. I like the lead in. You don't need to modify that or get rid of it or anything like that. But Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks, you swung upwards on that with your tone. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. And it sounded like you were immediately going into the detached salesy sound.
Okay.
So let's end that. I mean, I'm getting a little bit more of the aesthetic direction on this one, but let's end it on a mid note or a down note. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks or Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Again, that's the main introduction. Right there on screen, we're going to see the trucks. We're going to see them, I don't know, like driving over a hill or something like that. Okay. So you're like, this is what we're looking at. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Your pace was good, but let's just start off stronger and let's see what it does to the rest of the read before we mess with it more.
Okay. Dude, how did you get all your gear up here? Well, Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. Once again, you're going Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks.
Okay.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. It's a statement. It's a flat statement.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks.
There you go. There you go. Do you feel where that places you?
Yeah. I felt
That's
that.
what. Go for it. Go for it from the top.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. Let's work on the list a little bit. Bring down the ZR2. Silverado ZR2. Don't go up too high. Because you're going Silverado ZR2. You're going way up there.
Okay,
Silverado
so that's what
ZR2.
I'm going up high on the ends.
Yeah, you're going up real high on the ends. Let's bring those heights down.
Okay.
Yeah, you were also going really high on the custom Trail Boss.
Custom. Yeah, that was intentional.
Okay.
Should I just keep that kind of
Well, you're
flat too?
so
Yeah,
Brett, your
I would
delivery's
not go that high on it.
Okay.
yeah, your delivery is naturally really expressive, and you naturally tend to have more of like that bright out there sounds and hitting higher highs than normal. I think if you go with something that feels more monotone to you, you'll probably be right within that rugged range for the rest of us.
Okay.
So let's hear what that sounds like, and if that doesn't work, we'll direct you away
Okay.
from it.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. What did you all think of that?
That was a lot better.
Mhm.
Yes, that
opinion.
was definitely I think that was the best take I've heard from you all night.
Yeah. Yeah. Your natural expressiveness allows you to potentially drop into further than you might think and still be within what I think people would be expecting. So now the one tweak I'm going to have you make on it is slow it down a little bit more. And I think it'll be perfect.
Okay.
Same tone, just slower pace whenever you're ready.
All right. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Opening it up. What did y'all think?
The pace is really good. Oh no, Leonard, you start this time. Go for it.
Yeah, you did slow down towards the end, but you're like, where will they take you? I mean, that was still, it could stand to be slower.
Okay.
And then just watch that pitfall that we talked about. So yeah, and just keep adventures everywhere all in one. And then I think you'll get it.
Okay.
Now you got 30 seconds for this whole thing, and you got like 20 words, roughly. I haven't counted. So yeah, you can go quite slow with it.
Okay.
Side note, Leonard, that's exactly how many words are in the entire script. It actually is exactly 20 words.
Leonard decides how many words are in his scripts.
All right, Brett, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
All right, Leonard. Did he hit what you were listening for, or what you were looking for, should I say?
I think we're kind of reaching a point of diminishing returns there, and I can still find a few nits to pick, but we're getting there.
Okay.
Anybody else?
The delivery does sound a little on the slurred side for me. Whether we want to do anything with that, I'll leave up to Michael and the rest of you.
So I think what's going on is you're for you, slowing down and losing that emotional space is kind of linked. So as you've been slowing your read more down, you've been dropping everything down even farther. So where you were before is good. Again, it's not like I don't want it super monotone, but more monotone for you is right about where we would expect it to be for the rest of us. So add back in some more of that emotional. Again, I hate that I don't have better words for it. But add back in more of that emotional energy that you had before, and make sure to just be really careful on your pace. Don't like drop it to this painful slowness, but allow us to go along the journey with you, I guess is a better way to put it.
Okay.
So let's try that one more time, and we'll see where that puts you. So a little bit more of you back into it.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Yeah, I liked that one. I thought that was really good. That was right where we needed to be for you. What did you all think?
That was great. I was in and out of the room, but I wanted to comment on how you ended trucks on a mid to high note in the previous reads, but on this one you got it more on the mid down note, and I think that worked a lot better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll throw in one more nit because I heard it
Of
like
course
each
you
of the
will.
past 2 or 3 reads on the Trail Boss and Custom Trail Boss. You're hitting the and a little too hard.
Okay.
And I'd almost like drop that one. So Trail Boss and Custom Trail Boss. So the and almost vanishes. But I'm not going to make you do it again just for that.
Okay.
I think we're pretty good where we are.
Yeah. No, I think the delivery is really, really solid. I don't know if you feel up to it. If you don't feel like you're too burnt out or anything like that, sure, just give us that one line and drop the end.
All right. Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss.
I still think you hit the and a little bit more. No, Leonard, did you hear that? Was that and a bit more pronounced for you than you'd like? Or
You could still make the and go away a little more, and you can slow down the whole line a little more.
Okay.
yeah, use your fingers if you need to count them off. Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss.
Okay. Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss.
Yeah, no, I felt that put it more in line.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, my turn. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. Okay,
Dang, that was a
opening it
good
up.
read. That was a good one. I liked it.
The only nit I have, because I gotta have one, is on the third line, your Silverado was really fast.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. I'll slow down the Silverado. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. Okay, opening it up.
I like that emphasis on everywhere. I don't think anyone's done that so far.
Try
I'd
and
be
mix it up.
tempted to ask for 3 takes of the last line and see what you do with it.
Okay. Do you want me to put it in with a full read from the top?
Don't need to. I think you pretty
Okay.
much got the read. And you can if you want.
Because adventure is everywhere. Because adventure is everywhere. Because adventure is everywhere.
Think C for me.
Okay.
C
Or C.
C for me with having to put a special note as I think all 3 of them could have worked depending on how we wanted to cut the commercial. So just have to put out like a kudos to you for making all 3 of those workable. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm between B and C and undecided, and they're both good. So good job.
Okay, so there's stuff to work with there. Cool. All right. Does anybody want any other changes or anything else with the script? Or with the read, excuse me? Because if not, then I think we can just go ahead and move on.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So Mateo's just watching. Vincent, would you like to read with us tonight?
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and count that as your cold read because you weren't here with us for that. So let's go ahead and have you read it again.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay, opening it up. What did you all think?
Pretty good, actually. Just the same note that I got about the pronunciation of Chevy with a she instead of with the C, the sh sound instead of the C sound. Other than that, though, it was not bad. Pretty good.
Yeah, after your first take, I was going to tell you to slow down, especially on the 3rd line, but then you did that. So good job on that. You didn't even have to direct you there. My one note for you here is on the last line, the adventure is everywhere. You fell into the trap that we had discussed earlier on. I don't know if you were here for that. Don't put a pause there. Don't go, adventure is everywhere. Keep it as one thing. Adventure is everywhere.
Adventure is everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And make sure that question, where will they take you? Make it a question. Where will they take you? Like actually ask that.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, from the top.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
So let's work on those 2 parts. Where will they take you?
Where will they take you?
Mm-hmm. A little bit slower and not quite as high. Where will they take you? Not where will they take you? Where will they take you?
Where will they take you?
There you go. That's a good one. So Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Then, because adventure is everywhere.
Because adventure is everywhere.
There you go. Don't break it up. You've got it in you to get those just right. You really do. You've got it in you to get those just right. So, where will they take you? Ask that as a question, because adventure is everywhere. Put that all together
All
from
right.
the top.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
And you didn't apply either one of the two directions that we gave you. Where will they take you? That has to be a question. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you?
Chevy Silverado. Okay.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, put the two together. Where will they take you? Make sure it's a question that you ask.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you?
Yes. Perfect. So then, Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere. Remember, all together. There's no break, no comma.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. There was a minor break there, but it worked. I don't think that it was really egregious or anything that we'd really need to direct you away from right now. I don't feel that way, but I'm going to open it up. What did you guys think of that delivery?
Good otherwise, but it's quite a bit too fast. This is a 30-second thing. You got 20 words in the script. You can take it slowly.
Okay. So one more hit.
One more take, slow it down. Do what you did, slow it down.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. What did y'all think? Leonard, still too quick? Better on the pace?
Definitely better. And it could still stand to be slowed down some. And I like that exercise that I gave somebody else earlier of trying to make it as slow as you can while still keeping the audience engaged.
And another practice workout, I think, would be just to pretend you're in slow-mo, reading the words out, elongating the words. Because you do slow down, but it's more in between the words. Like you get the words out quickly, but the spaces get longer.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people actually do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I mentioned, because we worked on this with somebody else in the past, the elongation on words actually happens on the vowel sounds. Elongation and emphasis always happens on just strictly the vowel sounds. So if you slow it really down, Chevy Silverado, you'll notice that the lengthened portions are always the vowels. So that's where a lot of the slower pronunciation is going to come from, is lengthening out those vowels a little bit more.
Okay.
So go ahead and give us one more read. Try to just slow it down.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Okay. You started off slowing Chevy down, and the rest of it was the same pace. So yeah, I agree with Brett. Your one of the exercises that you should take on is at some point go ahead and just try to try to read something really, really slow, like you are in slow motion.
I mean, can he try that with this right now? Like take your time on every single word.
Like really slow it down.
like you're in a slow motion, like somebody taped you and they're just showing it back to you in slow-mo. Chevy Silverado, like that. Just do the whole script that way. I wouldn't even worry about like the cadences and nuances and stuff. Just do that in slow-mo, and then as soon as you finish doing that in slow-mo, go into a read.
Okay. Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks.
Really, really elongate those vowels. Lifted trucks. Like it's gonna be very uncomfortable for you to do it, I'm sure.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverados. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Now do a full read.
Chevy Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? Silverado ZR2, Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
Other than the pause in that last line, I think that was much slower, and it sounded good to me. But yeah, I would just keep practicing that. Just trying to read things super slowly, elongating on all those vowels, and then go into reads. And I think it'll just naturally slow you down. Like your natural, like wanting to pick up the pace, but since you just did something really slow, it's like when you come in from the cold and your hands are like still frozen, but they're starting to heat up, and you're like, oh, okay, and you'll be like right at that happy spot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was easily your best read. So good job.
Definitely.
But yeah, definitely practice slowing things way down for yourself. That's going to be a really, really useful skill in the future. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you all so much for watching. Go ahead and, the buttons are down there. Subscribe, bell, thingy, all that good stuff. And we'll see you in the future. Looking over.
Nicely done, gents. We've done it again.